Hello everyone, SlayerCeeCee here. Welcome back to Stardew Valley. I basically wasn't going to live stream because I'm sick, and so I've not been doing much of anything. I've been through a lot of crap the past month or more, so that's a thing. And so yeah, but okay, the ChuckleFish dev who's been working with Concerned Ape on bringing out multiplayer released about 2-3 hours ago a thing on the news site that is pretty awesome. So basically, we can expect multiplayer for PC in early 2018. I'm not sure how early is, but that's what they're going with right now, is like early 2018, which is awesome. I guess when you start up the game, you're going to have basically Robin's going to ask you or give you the option to build up to 3 cabins, which will be for your farm hands, which are your friends. So not only do you have, all this extra space, keyword being it's not really extra, but anyway, you'll have 3 cabins on it for your friends. Your friends will be able to farm, mine, fight, fish, marry NPCs, and take part in festivals. So that means that pretty much anything you can do, not completely, but pretty much anything you can do, they can do too, which is pretty cool. Speaking of festivals, real quick, I want to run into town and see what day the first thing is. I think it's the egg hunt in spring, which would be our first festival, because I kind of sort of want to know where I need to play to so that we've got something going on. So that's my plan, is I'm going to play this save until that day on my own, so that I know we're not doing the same repetitive stuff, and then I want to show you guys progress, and I don't feel like we're doing that at the rate and pace we're going, which is pretty much a bummer. Okay, the festival is on the 13th, so I've got about a week, little less than, to get us there, but pretty cool. Okay, now back to the multiplayer stuff. So your friends can do all of that, but there will also be, I'm trying to remember, I wrote it down, but it's I apparently didn't write that part down. Okay, oh, okay, I did write it down. I'm just sorry. I'm wasting time on the game because I'm trying to read and do it too. But basically the main player, which is the host player, is the only one that can decide things like when you're going to go to sleep, when festivals start and end, and whether or not you want to join the Joja Mart or do the community center only stuff, So that's stuff that only the main player can decide, and I think that's a very, very good thing. Kind of. I mean, I don't know. Some players probably would disagree, but in my opinion, the host player should have main say over that. Each player also will have their own inventory. If any of you play Minecraft, you know that that's just how it is, each player has their own inventory. But unlike in games like Minecraft, you will have access to that player's inventory when they're not online. Sorry. So, instead of being oh no, he's got the hoe, what am I supposed to do? Not that I think that, I think we'll all have our own, but say that somebody's got the milk bucket, okay? And you only have one milk bucket for the whole farm. Well, then you're going to be you'd be screwed if you couldn't get into their inventory, or have to go shell out the money to get a new one. And eventually that'd be problematic. Well, instead you can go into their cabin and they will have a chest. And in that chest will be their inventory space. So if they have that milk bucket in their inventory, you can get to it. It's not going to hinder your ability to do your daily chores on the farm. So that's awesome. Let's see. For Steam players, which is a really great... I don't know. There's something about computer versus console, and don't get me wrong, I absolutely adore console. I mean, obviously, I play on console a lot, but, it's just, it feels like it flows smoother. I'm sorry, like I said, I'm sick. But, yeah, I don't know. And then, so, because of that, one problem that we always have with PC games, well, not always, but sometimes, is that, a player server, is required. Well, that is not. They will automatically people will automatically be able to join your game if you invite them through Steam, which is amazingly good. So now you don't have to worry about that aspect, which is something that I personally was kind of worried about because I don't have the internet connection to really do that. So sorry, I don't know what I'm trying to do. Like, I'm trying to make sure the stream is okay. But yeah, so where was I? Yeah, no multiplayer server required. It'll be set up through Steam, where you can invite your friends. For the versions that are not Steam, which I'm not 100% sure what that is, other than like the systems, the consoles. They are trying to, that's to be determined. But they expect it to be fairly similar, where you don't need to do anything other than just invite your friends and they're there and it's a good time. Player-to-player marriage may be a thing. I mentioned earlier that there will be, your friends can marry NPCs. Well, they're trying to figure out how to get it to where you can marry each other, which would be cool. Sorry. I hate it. I have the worst immune system. But so the way that they would do that is we would not need the mermaid pendant to marry each other. It would be something else. There would be the same amount of work probably, or a similar amount of work into having that you'd have to go through to get to where you could marry the other player. So like with the NPCs, you have to give them gifts until you get their hearts way up. I imagine it'll probably be similar for players as well. But again, that's a work in progress. Right now, basically, they've just gotten over the biggest technical hurdle, which was, figuring out how to do the multiplayer server thing. Like, basically just get multiplayer to where it'll work. So that's, a huge, huge thing that they've finally gotten sorted out. But yeah, they figured out how to synchronize the games, hopefully, so that'll be good. I'm so sorry. I'm just like, ugh. Leave it to me to get sick in 90-degree weather. But, so, yeah, let's see. There will, But yeah, player-to-player marriage is still a work in progress. There will not be co-op, local multiplayer, I guess that's what they call it, split screen, or PvP. That's not planned. I don't know. They may change that later, but I kind of sort of doubt it. So it's going to be a thing where you have to have an internet connection to do this. Personally, that doesn't bother me much. Because, while I do have friends that come over and play Stardew Valley, I'm like the only one that owns it that's around me. So having just the online aspect is probably the best, which is cool. Then, let's see. Oh, since I already mentioned the technical hurdle thing, They have rewrote 15,000 lines of code. That's insane. I don't remember how many the game actually has. A year ago, I could have told you. This is not, well, maybe not a year ago, like 6 months ago. But, yeah, just not now. I've kind of lost track of it. But yeah. Hang on, I need a drink and to cough really bad. Okay, sorry about that. So lastly, just like the basics, the last little bits that they have to do for this is basically just implementing the farmhand cabins, which means that they've got to figure out where they're putting them, where they're locating them, that kind of thing. And then I've already done that. Also, they need to work on the user interface, as well as just the different menus that we have. I don't know, maybe something like this where I have leveled up, maybe it would say like Goku leveled up to level 1 mining, you know, and then if your other people have leveled up, maybe it'll let you know that. Or I imagine that when you go, if it ever gets done saving, when you go into the literal UI menu thing. Hang on. Come on. Okay. So when you go into this, I imagine there will be something here that will let you know about the other players. I don't know what, but that's on their to-do list. Another thing is the events and festivals. And, oh man, it would be a really long message. Okay, Robin here. I know there's a lot of stone scattered around your farm. If you have a surplus, you might consider having me build a well for you. Wells can be placed all over your farm and serve as convenient places to refill your watering can. Just swing by my shop with 75 stones and 1,000 gold when you're ready for it. Robin. Okay, so yeah. I'll be really glad when I'm not sick, and then I can, you know, do things the way I want to do them, but my voice just is not cooperating. Let's see. So, yeah, I'm kind of reading you a list of what they're doing. I will also have a link below in the description after this video, or the stream ends, which it's going to do soon, just because, like, I don't have a voice to hold on to this. But so basically multiplayer NPC relationships are something else they're having to work on, but they'll figure it out, I'm sure. Let's see, how fortunate are we? Woohoo! Okay, we could go mining. But my brain just went. So where's my sword? Like, do I not have my sword? I guess it doesn't really matter, but it'd be nice. Have I not done that? Can I go mining yet? Have we not been able to do that? I'm so confused. I play so many different saves on this. But yeah, they'll work on multiplayer relationships, NPC relationships, meaning that they've got to figure out how everybody is the same or different. Like, is it going to be like Goku's relationship with Abigail? Is it going to match? I don't know. I wish I had thought to look into who's playing what, you know, like, but anyway, I don't know why I'm going that way. So they're just trying to figure out all the little kinks, and I should have brought the hoe. It's fine. I don't even care. Then after that, the last step, of course, is always polishing it, you know, testing and optimization. No sweat there. I mean, it's not easy. None of this is going to be easy. Like, you know, it's a lot, okay? A game coming that's already out. Here we go. And then adding multiplayer to it after, that's something. He says. Sorry, snifflies and ugh. Only me. I was just peering down into this old mine shaft. It's been abandoned for decades. Still, there's probably good ore down there. But a dark place, undisturbed for so long, I'm afraid ore isn't the only thing you'll find. Here, take this. You might need it. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. You received a rusty sword. There we go. Now we have the sword. Name's Marlon. Marlon. Yeah. Okay, anyway. By the way, I run the Adventurers Guild right outside, which is only open at 2. From 2 to something else. I don't remember. I'll keep my eye on you. Prove yourself. And I might think about making you a member. Okay, cool. I don't care, dude. Yeah. Oh, I forgot that I don't have a whole bunch of inventory space. Too many saves, guys. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, it's insane. They're taking all a finished game, and they're basically having to tear it to pieces, kind of, while trying to keep the foundations and the basics and stuff. And there's going to be bugs. We just have to accept that. And I mean, when it first starts, there's going to be bugs. That's just how it's going to end up being, I feel. 1 second, gotta sneeze. Okay, sorry. Heading on having beta testers. Again, this is mostly, you know, PC based, right? It's going to take quite some time for consoles, and I think I've got to sneeze again. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me, buddy? Please, I just want to get through this. I want to inform people. Yeah, I'm gonna ignore the sneeze. So beta testing is expected at the end of 2017 for Steam users. So while those of us who are stuck on console are excited about it, this update to, well, this, you know, I mean, the update to the update about the update, I guess. It's kind of, it doesn't feel very close, but that's okay. I mean, by the time it gets to console users, maybe it'll be a better thing or more stable. But yeah, beta testing will begin at the end of the year, so that'll be good for Steam users, though. So I just want to reiterate that to make sure I'm not confusing anyone. It's just for Steam users. Then in early 2018, which I've already said, but I'm going to say again, that's when they're planning on releasing the next update. Or, I mean, not the next update, the update, like, out into the world. No beta testing, it's done, you know? So hopefully that won't take as long as I feel like it's going to take, but I feel like we've been waiting on this for so long that it's just like, I don't know. It'll be okay. Then, but yeah, it'll be early 2017, or 18, good lord, I'm going back in time, that the thing will be released, and that'll be for Windows, Linux, and PC, and Mac. That's the thing. So that'll be good. The Switch, which we already knew would be the first console to get it, and I'm hoping that the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox updates will come out at the same time, but I've not heard one way or another. But then again, I haven't been following it as closely as I could, but I imagine that they'll probably come out at the same time, or pretty close to it. So, you know, Nintendo Switch people, you get it first out of the consoles, so it's cool though. Like, I want a Switch so bad. Does anyone else want a Switch so bad? Because I really want a Switch so bad. I think it's so cool. But anyway, I don't know. But another thing that ChuckleFish developer, I'm not sure who it is because like they don't say their name, but is saying is that it is a big patch, so it will take a while. For consoles especially, like it's going to take a while. Even after they get it sorted out for the computer, it's still going to take time. So don't expect it to come out, you know, right at like 2 weeks after or whatever. So, but yeah, it's going to be a big patch. So that's one thing that they definitely reiterated, and it'll be coming out as patch 1.3 on Windows, Linux, and Mac. So just if you're a Steam user, keep an eye out for that. Was there a ladder that showed up, or am I, because like I'm only half paying attention, so it usually doesn't bode well for me. Oh no, I can't pick up the geode. I want the geode more than I want the sap, dude. Get rid of that. So yeah, but that's basically all that there is down. That's basically all of it. Those of you in and out, if you've missed parts of it, then it will be a video here in a little bit, but as soon as this day's over, I'm going to call it quits. But if you have any questions, you can ask them to me right now, and I will answer them to the best of my ability as someone who literally is just having to rely on a forum, and not first-hand knowledge, so yeah. I don't think I've ever seen a yellow slime, or if I have, I haven't paid attention. It's very likely. Oh, also I apologize again for being sick. I have coughed, I have sneezed, I have a cat that is coughing for some reason. It's a good time in this house right now. No today. Anyway, so yeah, we'll finish off this day and then call this stream a quit, and it'll be fine. We'll have fun. It'll be fine. Slime, go away! Slimes drive me insane. They're like the worst. I dislike them even more than, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Something that's worse than the slimes. There's not really anything worse because the slimes just jump around. Like the bats, you know, you can kind of sort of tell where they're at. I guess the ghosts maybe. No, because they're not really all that bad. They just have a lot of HP. I don't know. Like, what is the worst mob in this? Because I can't figure it out. Aside from the stupid slimes that I absolutely hate. I want this copper. Probably the bug meat too, because you can use that for bait, which a lot of people will argue is not, it's a waste of time to use, unless you're doing crab pots, but I don't know. I feel like when you're trying to catch like the legendary fish, it does help, but it's not if it's the regular bait. It's got to be like the super bait or whatever it's called. It's just my opinion. So yeah. Okay, that's that. It's 6:30, we're getting tired. Our health is getting a bit low. I think it's time to get out of here. I also failed to realize that I went up to the 5th floor. Like, that was where I was planning on stopping, and did not. So, I guess we could go down here, and then go up here. And, sorry, God, that was gross. Oh, I just wanted to breathe out of my nose for a second. But yeah, that's the whole little thing. Again, the link to the forum post will be in the description. Basically, it's everything I said is in there. And so, yeah. It's a fun little read. It's not as informative as I would like it to be, but it's not like it's such a hard thing to do that they can't really give a whole bunch of information without it being like a No Man's Sky thing, potentially, and no one wants No Man's Sky things to happen, okay? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, a few years ago, a year ago, something like that, there was this game, okay, and I'm sure you've all heard of it, but if you haven't, it was called No Man's Sky. It was supposed to be this amazing thing where, by the way, I'm just going to leave this up here after it saves and stuff. So, yeah. But No Man's Sky was this grand thing, like, everyone was so hyped up about it. It was going to be multiplayer and ever-changing, and it was going to be almost like an AI thing. Well, as cool and out there as it sounds, like, they made you believe that's what this was going to be. Then the game comes out, and it's nothing like what they said, you know. It's kind of boring. There's no crafting. It's not space battles, and, you know, so it was just really disappointing. And so a lot of game companies are being especially careful with what they promise right now. So we're not going to get a whole lot of details until they are 100% certain this is when this is coming out. This is when you can expect it for the consoles, you know. We've got everything, all our ducks in a row, you know, it's set in stone, this is how it's going to be, because they don't want a lawsuit like, I think, like Sony had, and the company that made No Man's Sky, like, it was bad. It was a bad situation. But yeah, so hopefully we will get information with more details in the near future. For right now, I'm definitely going to look into the beta testing thing, and when I get done, when they start wanting beta testers, you can bet I will be attempting to be a part of that. One thing I forgot to mention is that when it comes to mods, the ChuckleFish Concerned Ape will be encouraging mod authors to update their mods during the beta period. So if you mod Stardew Valley, keep that in mind, that during that beta period is when things will hopefully be adjusted and changed, and that'll be a good time to hopefully work out the kinks of your mods, if you're one of the people who makes them. And if you're one of the people who uses them, be patient, because surely enough, we will have those all sorted out. And, you know, mods, the funny thing about them is that sometimes the people that make them just kind of fall off the face of the earth, which is okay. We all do that from time to time. I mean, I've been gone for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that, aside from being on Twitter and Facebook, which, you know, link to those down below. So yeah. Thank you for watching. I am going to close this off now, and I will see you guys later. Bye.